Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His word. And family, I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family, y'all can probably tell that I am very excited. Oh my goodness, I got a spirit on me right now. And do you know why? Because I absolutely love when the Father gives me the opportunity to bring out Black excellence, to share Black excellence with all of Israel. And I'm telling y'all right now, I mean this here from the bottom of my heart. This is one of the greatest honors and privileges that I could ever have. Family, I want to introduce to all of Israel King Jamari and Amarion Thrasher. Do you see these two kings right here? These two kings right here are the recipients of the Temple Education Foundation Academic Recognition Celebration. Not only that, but also the Certificate of Academic Excellence. All praises to the Most High God for you two kings. I want to thank you right here from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for showing the world just how great our people truly are. And family, this is not even, no. Not only that, but King Jamari, he has been accepted to the Harvard undergraduate summer program. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is the type of stuff that we need to be showing all of Israel. These brothers excelled to the point to where, I mean, take a look at these photos. Look at this. What else do you notice? Do you see how these kings represent not only Israel, but our Father? Look at them fringes. You are not telling me that these brothers ain't sharp in them fringes. They put the fringes on the suits. Now, y'all know I love that. Look at them, kid. Look at these kings showing everybody. First, look at the confidence in these smiles. Bring it back. You kings, let me tell y'all something. From the bottom of my heart right here, from every fiber of my soul, I want to thank each of you. Thank you. Thank you, brothers. Continue on your journey of excellence. Thank you for representing our Father. Thank you for representing our nation. I wish you fellas were, I wish I was in Chicago. I truly, truly do. But family, please make sure we give it up for those brothers right there. Now, family, woo, what a perfect segue for what them brothers did into what we're going to learn here tonight. And I'm telling y'all right now, this lesson, if I do not make somebody mad, I didn't do my job. When I tell you, ooh, I'm really hoping I piss somebody off. And do you know who it is that I really hope that I piss off? These covert sisters that hate our brothers. Oh yeah, I'm coming for y'all tonight. Oh yeah. Those of you who claim that you love us so much, you claim that you love us, but you really don't. You want to see our downfall. Now, the person that we're going to be talking about here tonight is going to be the perfect example. The perfect example. And there are going to be some things that's going to be coming out of these scriptures here tonight that's still happening in the world here today. In the world here right now. And I don't want to hear no complaints and nonsense, because this is history, and in order for us to continue in our future, we have to know our history. We have to know where we come from and the problems that we've had dealt with before, that we are still dealing with these problems here today. So family, please, everybody, open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha, and we are going to be reading from 1 Kings chapter 10 tonight. We're going to read chapter 10 and 11 tonight. And we're on the Most High's time. A lot of times, I'm really worried about the time frame, and the reason why I am is because our people have a very short attention span, and it's the truth. We can get a good solid half hour out of our people. Taking it to an hour is a stretch, but we are going to accomplish that tonight. So, as I'll always say, if you are not in the right spirit to sit, receive, and learn, leave. Leave right now. Don't even waste your time. All right. So now it's gonna be a little different. I got my screen up here, so I'm gonna be reading from over here, and so it's gonna be a little different. Everybody, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha, and we are going to be reading from 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1. Here we go. 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1. And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. So now the Queen of Sheba, not an Israelite, she hears of this brother named Solomon, King Solomon. Solomon, his wisdom went all throughout the world, so much that this sister, well, not an Israelite sister, but black woman, she was like, hold on a second. Who is this brother? Who's this black man? Who's this black king I keep hearing about? I'm gonna be I'm gonna animate this story here tonight. Oh yeah, I'm on a whole different type of energy tonight. So if y'all are not feeling me, too bad. Verse 2. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in his heart. So she came with a purpose. I need y'all to peep something here. How she came. First and foremost, she came smelling good. She heard about this black king. Heard all about him and all his wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that. And y'all already know what it did to her. You already know. Oh yeah, we gotta be adults here tonight. This kid's watching. Y'all know why she went there. And she went there smelling good, and she came with gifts. Verse 3. And Solomon told her all her questions. There was not anything hid from the king which he told her not. Solomon know what he doing. Solomon was like, oh, you came all the way to see me, huh? You came all the way out here to see me, huh? Okay. I'm going to humor you. Solomon know what he doing. Oh, we're going to read all about it here tonight. Verse 4. And when the Queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom and the house that he had built. Now, pay attention now. First and foremost, she's checking him out. Upside down, sideways, around, back pockets, front pockets, everything. In between the toes, she checking this man all the way out. She nosy. First and foremost, she came for his wisdom. He put that fire on her. For those of y'all that don't want to admit what's going on right now in this particular situation right here. Oh yeah, Solomon spit that game on her. All that game. Yeah, he spit that fire. And she on fire right now too. And she was on fire before she even met him. Not only is this man full of wisdom, but this man is building houses. So he's masculine. Ooh. Now watch this, verse 5. And the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent, by which he went up unto the house of the Lord. There was no more spirit in her. Ooh. He emptied her ass all the way out. There you are. I gotta put this down for a second. Wait a minute. Let's continue reading. Tell me, watch this. Because this gets funny. Watch this. Can we read this last part one more time? There was no more spirit in her. There was no more spirit in that woman. When I tell you he emptied her ass out, not only am I going to say, well, watch, the script's getting ready to tell you too. Watch this. Verse 6, and she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in mine own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. So yeah, we all know about Solomon's reputation too. That's what she heard about. All them sisters was talking about Solomon's ass. And it got back to her. It got back to her and it put her on fire. And you know what happened? She said, I gotta go check this nigga out. She came with gifts. Even her camels smell good. She know what she was going there for. And Solomon know what she came for too. Oh yeah. You see, we can't play around with it. This is why them busted, stupid ass Christian pastors, they will not bring this stuff out here. They can't bring this out. They're afraid to talk about this type of stuff. All right, now let's go down to verse 7. Howbeit, I believe not the words, until I came, and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told me. So not only was she already on fire. Oh yeah, that cake was smoking. Yes, indeed. Her cake was smoking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, she was leaking. Just by this man's reputation, she was leaking. Then she got there. Saw the man was fine as hell. Then what happened? Looked all around. She checking out his table. Checked him out already. She done read him upside down and sideways. And now she looking at not only his wisdom, what's coming from up here, his mental state, but his physical state. And now she looking all around. She looking at, oh, this nigga, he got everything. He got everything. He got servants. This man is rich, filthy rich, stinking rich. Plus she heard this man's reputation about how he was. Oh, stop. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Watch this. Verse number 8. Watch this. Happy are thy men, happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. So Solomon showing off. Solomon like, all right, yeah, so he talking all that wisdom, talking to all his servant men, servant women, talking to them all. And they love him. They love Solomon. Solomon got a great personality. Solomon is that nigga. For all of y'all that don't want to get it, Solomon is that nigga. And we're going to find out just how much of that nigga he truly was. Remember, these are our stories. This is for us. This is our book. This is our culture, our nation, our stories. And we're going to tell it how we tell it. With all that flavor and spice. That's how we're going to do it. Ain't nothing corny about us. We the shit. That's right. And we looking at our brother who is this shit. And this woman came from a whole nother land. This is not an Israelite woman. This is the woman of the other nations. Watch. That's right, black man. Brother, let me tell you something right now. Let me put this on pause for a second because there's so many of... This is why I said a lot of our sisters ain't gonna like this lesson here tonight. Because this is elevating our brothers. And I have nothing... I'm not saying anything right now. I have nothing negative to say about all of the other tribes, okay? Right now, I'm speaking about the tribe of Judah. I'm talking about us. And as badly as we are put down, not only by the rest of the world, but by the other tribes as well. We can go right to the scriptures and show that. But it is time that when it comes to us, oh yeah, greatness. We were built for greatness. We are greatness. I'm going to make sure that all of the world knows just how great we are. Just like King Jamari and King Omarion is showing. That's right. Verse 9. Watch this. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel. Rulership. You see that? Our brothers rule. We rule. And now the world is, all of these stories are now starting to come out. These Edomites, Arabs, Africans, they're all starting to tell the stories about who actually ran the world, and it was us. Showing that the Bible is true. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever. Therefore made he thee king. Why do you think I call you king, queen, prince, and princess? We're royalty, baby. We are royalty. And don't you forget it. You understand that? Don't you forget what you are. You are royalty, the greatest, the mwah of earth. You understand that, you fine ass? You understand that? Male and female, you're fine ass. You better know what you are. You understand? You better know what you are. And don't you forget it. Because the Lord loved Israel forever. Therefore made he the king to do judgment and justice. To do what? Judgment and justice. Who's going to be carrying that out? Us. The tribe of Judah, baby. Black men. The one that the world trotted down so much. The one that the world hated. Oh yeah, us. Oh yeah. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, we just getting started. Verse 10. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices, very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these, which the Queen of Sheba gave the King Solomon. She came and gave. That ain't the only thing she gave him. Yeah, these grown people talk. You think she came with all that and just gave him that? Please. Verse 11. And the navy also of Hiram, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones. She's lacing him up. That's a hell of a reputation. Now y'all got to remember something. For what these stupid movies have taught. They have taught and lied to people that this technology and stuff like we have right now wasn't available back then. Because it was. There's going to be something coming up that I'm going to show you guys all this stuff here. And you will know that this is true. But to bring it and keep it to a point now. The hieroglyphs. All throughout Egypt. And y'all already know we are the creators of the pyramids. And all of the technology that's on the hieroglyphs, from planes, telephones, computers, and everything. There's nothing new under the sun, as the person we are reading about here tonight said. Okay? So that's how that got around there too. His reputation was abroad. All right, let's continue. Verse 12. And the king made of the almug trees pillars for the house of the Lord, and for the king's house, harps, also the psalteries for singers. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what a psaltery is, it's like a long triangular shaped, it almost looks like a piano keyboard with a guitar on the top of it. That's what it looks like. And they used to use this, and it would help harmonize with your voice that was coming out. There's nothing like it today. They can't replicate anything like that. And quite frankly, there's nobody talented enough to even be with that instrument. That's why they don't use them today. All right, let me read 12 again. And the king made of the almug trees pillars for the house of the Lord, and for the king's house, harps also, and psalteries for singers. There came no such almug trees, nor were seen unto this day. Those trees don't even exist anymore. That's how rare they were. Those trees were so rare that the Queen of Sheba was like, I'm taking it to this nigga. Because when I get there, I want to make sure that I get them goods. Okay. Verse 13, grown people talk. And King Solomon gave unto the Queen of Sheba all her desire. Just putting it right there. You know what happened. Yeah, they messed up them sheets. Whatsoever she asked, beside that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants. So you know the servants were women. Not all women, but you know she bought some of them too. Like, yeah, we got to go see this nigga. And I want y'all to see it too. Stand outside the door and listen. Verse 14. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 603 score and 6 talents of gold. Stop for a second. It's what? Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 603 score and 6 talents of gold. Now we've heard that number before too in the book of Revelation. Did we or did we not? We heard it all over the Bible. There's some reason when it comes to that number, it's associated with evil. And we're going to find out, too, as we go over to verse 11, that there's some evil that's going on. Now, we can talk about it right now. I mean, there's no big secret. We all know. Solomon was a hoe-ass nigga. We're reading about it right now. It's going to get deeper in verse 11. Where we at? Verse 15. Beside that, he had of the merchantmen and of the traffic of the spice merchants, and of all the kings of Arabia, and of the governors of the country. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went to one target. Now we got to stop for a second here, because now we talk about the riches. First and foremost, talking about royalty. We're royalty. Complete and utter royalty. And our style, our swag, what they say today, oh, it's nothing compared to what they were doing. And as we read this, you're going to see just how far we have fallen. We think this is badass that we have on us right now. Let's read this. Let's read how Solomon got down. And let's see if we can compare today to what they were doing. Watch this. Let's start back. I want to read 16 one more time. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went to one target. And he made 300 shields. 300 shields of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went. I'm sorry. I'm backed up. 3 pounds of gold went to one shield, and the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Verse 18. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. Stop for a second. Wait a minute. You know this us, because you know we extra. First, he said there was a throne made of ivory, and he said on top of the ivory, I'm going to pave it with gold. That's nigga shit. That is us being so extra. But I'm bringing this out and showing you this because there is no one else on this earth that does this. No one else. No one else. That's us. That's us. That's us. We do stuff like this. We didn't make it out of gold. We said, I'm going to sit on ivory. And I'm going to put the gold on top of the ivory. That's us. A white man, he just would have made the throne completely out of gold. Verse 18. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. That's why I wanted to come back. Not the fool's gold. The best. The best. The best for the best. That's what you are. You're the best. You're the best. That's what you are. Do y'all see why there was such a hard campaign to break us down? Call us monkeys? All of the insults that were put on our people. Do you see why there was such that hard campaign? Because we come from this. This is where we come from. And they know it. Do you see why they hate us so much? Do you see why we are such a hated people? Because this is our history. This is what we are. We all walked around like this. All of us. All of us. This is what we fell from, family. Verse 19. The throne had 6 steps, and the top of the throne was round behind, and there were stays on either side of the place of the seat, and 2 lions stood beside the stays. Right there on pillars. on podiums. He had 2 lions. Why did you see that outside of black people's houses? My grandmother had those. Sure did. My grandmother had 2 lions outside her house. That's in our nature. That's in our DNA. That's a part of our structure. How many of y'all have parents, or how many of you have the lions outside your house right now? How many of y'all have a lion in your house? Huh? This is us. Our culture. And you better be proud of it. Verse 20. And 12 lions stood there on the one side, and on the other upon the 6 steps. There was not the like made in any kingdom. There was nothing like it. That's how bad Solomon was. That's why I said Solomon was that dude. He was that dude. So is his daddy. So are his ancestors. That's us. Verse 21. And all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. Solomon said, I don't want silver. He said, I want the purest of all gold. I want the purest of all. That's how I get down. I'm that nigga. I'm that one. The proud nature of our people have been beaten out of us. All the way to the point where I'm not gonna, that's gonna, let me know now. I already know what that's gonna cause. Verse 22. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. There's a recessive gene. The Most High calls these people beasts, apes. There's a certain people on this planet that share the very same DNA. Apes and peacocks. So first and foremost, you know why now with a lot of their logos, they use the gorilla, and there is absolutely no coincidence why Esau chose to use the peacock as their NBC logo. And NBC stand for nothing but color. Verse 23. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. He was the baddest man on earth. The baddest man on earth. The baddest. 24. And all the earth sought to Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put in his heart. You see, now, what these stupid movies and stuff will show you is that there were only people right here, just here, during this time, just there in that land. No, it wasn't. It was all over the earth. All over the earth. You just read it. All over the earth. All over the earth. And people came from all over for Solomon to get him in that wisdom. Verse 25. And they brought every man his present, vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments and armor and spices and horses and mules, a rate year by year. Oh, he was raking it all in. Get that tribute, bring it all in. Do y'all not think that's going to happen again? Do y'all not realize that all of this is getting ready to go down? All of these nations on this planet is seeing the reversal. For one, they're seeing Esau's empire crumble. They are watching their empires crumble as well. And for some reason, there's just a happiness about black people, Hispanic people, and Native American people on this planet because we are the Israelites. And there is a spirit that is in us right now that just have us. And we man, please. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know it. We know it all day. Verse 26, and Solomon gathered together chariots and horsemen, and he had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, whom he bestowed in the cities for chariots, and with the king of Jerusalem. And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones, and cedars made he to be as the sycamore trees that are in the vale for abundance. Now, y'all got to understand something. When they are bringing in new trees and stuff like that, they are planting in foreign trees. Y'all got to understand that. That's value. Those are riches that this world has never seen. Solomon had the resources. Just think about that. For one, he had this woman. He had the Queen of Sheba. She brought those almug trees. And he took them and like, all right, I'm going to plant these right here. Turn them into pillars. The resources. The jungle. You see, when they say we come from the jungle, right? And people take it as an insult. Like, we got these bones in our noses and we run through Africa. You're doing all that stupid. No. The plush vegetation sites that we had. We don't have it today. What they do? They moved us into ghettos and put us around nothing but concrete. We are supposed to be in plush vegetation. You read it. And they told you, oh, yeah, you from the jungle. Yeah, dance, monkey, ooga booga booga. They made it an insult. They made you not want to go there. Why? That's why our nose is so big. We breathe in all that air, all that fresh, all those fresh herbs. And you see what the spices, the smells and all that's all supposed to be pleasant to us. Our big ass noses, we supposed to be smelling all that. That's why our nostrils are so wide. We supposed to be taking all this air. And what they do, put us in an environment that produces very little oxygen. Verse 27. And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones, and cedar made. Well, we read that. Go to verse 28. And Solomon had horses brought out of Egypt and linen yarn. The king's merchants received the linen yarn at a price. Linen is some of the most expensive, if not the most expensive. Well, saffron, that's the flower, so that is different. Linen is probably one of the most expensive types of fabric that you could ever buy. When was the last time y'all went to like Joann's Fabric, something like that, and try to buy some linen? Go price linen. Go price it today. And remember, it is not as pure as it was back then. So you can only imagine what it was then. Verse 29, and a chariot came up and went out of Egypt for 600 shekels of silver, and an horse for 150. And so for all the kings of the Hittites and for the kings of Syria did they bring them out by their means. That was that chapter. So now we're going to chapter 11. And all the things that I was telling y'all at the very beginning of here, we're going to read through this here. Oh, yeah, we are. And I'm sorry, this chapter is hilarious to me. And you know why it's hilarious? Because this is us. I see our people when we read this here. Watch. 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, so them damn Egyptians, the women of Moabites, he loved the Chinese women, Ammonites, he loved Japanese women, Edomites, he loved white women, Zidonians and Hittites, and he loved Moabians. Solomon was a hoe. Watch. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them. And you know what that means. You cannot have sex with them. Neither shall they come in unto you. So we can't have sex with them. They cannot have sex with us. You see how the father had to make that in both ways, male and female. You can't bone them. They can't bone you. You know how it goes down. No, the father X'd it out. All right there. He said we cannot. We cannot. Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. That's what happened. The father told you, he said, no, 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 we cannot be with them because they are going to take us away from him. Verse 3, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. He had older and younger women. Older and younger. Older and younger. Now you see in chapter 10, it was the Queen of Sheba and princesses, showing you that there was a difference between the two. 700 wives. That's a lot of ass. I don't know the type of appetite Solomon had, but damn. 700? That's a lot. Verse 4, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, and was the heart of David his father, like father, like son. Like father, like son. These are black men. And it's showing you that it's black men. The Bible is showing you these are brothers doing this. We've had that problem. We've had that problem all the way back then, and we still have the very same problems today. And the Father told us all the way back then it was wrong then, just like it's wrong today. I'm not promoting this. I'm not promoting that we go out there and sleep with the other nations, male nor female. All right. Understand that. I'm not promoting this, but I am showing the awareness that this did happen and we cannot ignore it. And that's what people like doing. They're like ignoring, so we're not going to do that. Verse 5, for Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. You see what the Father said about them damn Japanese? The abomination. He didn't call this one of he didn't call Ashtaroth. He didn't call her an abomination. That damn Japanese woman, the Ammonite that will not see the congregation of the Lord. You understand that? That's right. Esau, Ammon, and Moab will not see the congregation of the Lord. Those are the three promises that will not see it. And you can read that in Deuteronomy. So if you married to one of them, you better let her go. You better let him go, because that's your ass. If you don't, you're going to die right along with him. Yep. Verse 6, and Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord and went not fully after the Lord as David his father. You see that? So let's talk about that right there. Now, first and foremost, with Solomon, right? Solomon, the only thing on his mind was booty. And the father was like, yo, come on back. Because at some point, King David was like, all right, you know what? Yo, I messed up. I got to go back. I'm going after the Most High's heart. Now, Solomon was going after the other heart shapes. And y'all already know what that is. Verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Shemash, the abomination of Moab. And there it is again. He made the Chinese. Call these women abominable. Abominable. He said, no, we cannot. Why? Because the Father said they are an abomination. The Japanese woman and the Chinese woman are an abomination. That's right. Ruth was an abomination. You understand that? Do you understand that? For everyone right now that's trying to go over, oh, let's try the tender mercy. Let's talk about Ruth because he accepted Ruth. No, he didn't. He just gave her grace. That's why in that movie Sinners, that's why her name was Grace. Oh my gosh, here we go. Let's go back to verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Shemoth, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods. You see, that's why I don't want them incense burning ass niggas. Like, yeah, nah, I ain't burning no incense up in here, nigga. We already know what time it is. I don't care. You can get mad all you want to. Oh, we doing it righteousness. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. Verse 9. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. You see that? Solomon wasn't keeping these commandments, and the father was like, all right, nigga, okay, this how you want to do? All right, I got you. Watch this. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to take this kingdom. You see, we got to blame Solomon here for this, because Solomon is the reason why these damn Edomites, why we serve them today. They were our servants, man. They were our servants, but they will be again, as we know in Revelation and as we know in Isaiah 14:1. Oh, they're going to be our servants again. And right here, it says it. All throughout our scriptures, it says it. It doesn't matter where you go, but they were our servants. They were our servants. We were the rulers of the world, and we will be again very soon. Oh, so soon. And that's why the world is in the condition that it's in now. It's in complete disarray. It is completely dysfunctional because they're like, wait a minute. These niggas are taking over the earth? Them? Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. I thought they were the scum of the earth. No, nigga. You're the scum of the earth. Y'all are the scum of the earth. We are the riches and glory of the planet. All praises to our Father, the God of Israel. That's right. Verse 12, notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. You see that? Judah and all the rest of the other 11. Judah is the rulership. Judah is the rulership. I know the other 11 tribes. I know y'all want to get mad at that. I get it. We understand. All right. But even as Judah, we have a responsibility to the other 11 tribes as well. We got to make sure that we take care of them too. A lot of them, they still don't know who they are. There's still a lot of racist Hispanics out there. Blacker than this right here. Talk about they not black. Calling people nigger. Oh yeah. Yep. Straight up. It's real. Verse 14. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. You see this? Who the father raised up? White people. White man. That white man's a servant. For everybody right now that's trying to deny this, no. All the way back then, just like right now. And that white man, we have been his servant ever since. And I got a problem with that. And it is going to change. All praises to the God of Israel. That's right, because it's coming. Verse 15, for it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. Verse 16, for 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel until he had cut off every male in Edom. You see that? Every male. Why did he leave the females? Why did he leave the females? That's a nigga for you. You see how Dr. Umar be talking about all these snow bunnies and everything? Guess what? Dr. Umar, he was back then too. Dr. Umar was back then too, talking about them damn snow bunnies. That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child. And they arose out of Midian and came to Paran. And they took men with them out of Paran, and they came to Egypt, unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, which gave him an house and appointed him victuals and gave him land. You see that how all them other nations work together? Getting sick and tired of seeing niggas running the world. Oh, I'm reading it. This is the Bible. Regardless of how you feel, your feelings mean nothing. Go stick your head in the toilet and keep it there. Close the lid. We are the Israelites. Plain and simple. Your feelings mean nothing. And we've taken over this world again. And that time is coming soon. And when it comes, guess what? There is no reversing it. All praises to the God of Israel. Our God is gonna kill you. All praises. Verse 19, and Hadad found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh, so that he gave him to wife the sister of his own wife, the sister of Tahpenes, the queen. And the sister of Tahpenes bare him Genubath, his son, and Tahpenes weaned in Pharaoh's house. And Genubath was in Pharaoh's household among the sons of Pharaoh. And when Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers, and that Joab, the captain of the host, was dead, Hadad said to Pharaoh, let me depart, that I may go to mine own city. So King David was mighty. He was like, he had to wait for him to die. He had to wait for him to die. But what was going on, though? This goes right back to chapter 10 and that 666, the gold of Ophir. You see that? All of that gold was paid in evil. That was the evil deed. That was a very evil deed. But the Most High saw it. He saw it already. And guess what? We suffer the sins of our fathers, just like we do today. Verse 22, then Pharaoh said unto him, but what hast thou lacked with me? That, behold, thou seekest to go to thine own country. And he answered nothing, howbeit let me go in anywise. He planning, he plotting, sneaky. Verse 23, and God stirred him up another adversary, Rezin, the son of Eladah, which fled from his lord Hadadezer, king of Zobah. Now you see what the father doing? The father like, I'm gonna stir all of these nations up and bring them over to you. The father told you, he said, I told you about sleeping with these other nations. I need y'all to understand what the father's doing right now and why he's doing it. He said, because you're sleeping with these other nations and that pisses me off. I'm gonna kill you for it. I'm gonna bring the adversary of all adversaries. He went straight to Esau. The same niggas that be killing us out in the streets today. The very same people. The father was stirring up them all the way up back then, just like he do today. Showing you there's no difference. Showing you this is the same thing, the same people. Verse 24. And he gathered men unto him and became captain over a band. When David slew them of Zobah, and they went to Damascus and dwelt therein and reigned in Damascus. And he was an adversary to Israel all the days of Solomon, beside the mischief that Hadad did, and he abhorred Israel and reigned over Syria. You see that hatred was all the way back then, just like it's still here today. Just how it is still here today, and y'all think that this Bible is fake. It's the white man's book. Really? Oh, they tell one hell of a story then. I never know the white man to tell the truth. That's how I know this book ain't theirs. Because this book is telling the truth. You idiot. Stupid ass moron. Dumbass. It's the white man's book, idiot. Stupid ass. Verse 26. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, and Ephratite of Zerida, Solomon's servant, whose mother's name was Zeruah, a widow woman, he lifted up his hand against the king. And this was the cause that he lifted up his hand against the king. Solomon built Millo and repaired the breaches of the city of David, his father. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor. And Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. And it came to pass at that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah the Shilonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment, and they two were alone in the field. And Adijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces. Tore it up. Tore it up. Verse 31, and he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have 1 tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel. Now, I remember a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we talked about God's favorite things, right? And remember, what was his favorite city? What was the Most High's favorite city? It was Jerusalem. Do y'all see how all this tie right back into each other? All of it. This is our history, right? That history lane. That's why I love doing it so much, because this is our history. This is what these pastors never taught us. That's why our people are in the condition that we are in. Do you think our people would be in the condition that we are in today if we knew this was us? Verse 30, where we at? 33, verse 33. I'm reading 32, idiot. Verse 33. Because that they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Shamash, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments as David his father. You see, now, the Most High is making it clear. My children need to keep my commandments. Keep my commandments. That's what you got to do. Keep my commandments. Do what I tell you to do. That's all you got to do. Keep my commandments. Just keep them. Just keep them. That's all you got to do. Verse 34. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince of all the days of his life for David, my servant's sake, whom I chose, because he kept my commandments and my statutes. You see what happens when you keep God's commandments? There's blessings that come along with it. Now, these are generational. There's blessings that you have on your life right now because you kept the commandments all the way back then. To the 3rd and 4th generations. Verse 35, but I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes. And unto his son will I give 1 tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there. The father was like, yo, Jerusalem is my place. That's my city. And I'm going to return my sons, the kings, black men. We going back to Jerusalem, baby. All praises to the God of Israel. And for any one of you that want to get mad of it, of the other 11 tribes, guess what? You're just going to be mad, because this is the prophecy of what is going to happen. And you see it happening now. Verse 37, and I will take thee, and thou shalt reign according to all that thy soul desireth, and shall be king over Israel. And it shall be, if thou wilt hearken unto all that I command thee, and will walk in my ways, and do that is right in my sight, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as David my servant did, that I will be with thee. I will be with thee, and build thee a sure house, as I built for David, and will give Israel unto thee. I need y'all to understand that when you keep his commandments, that's the promise for us. That's why I make sure I promote to our people. We got to keep his commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. We are on our way home. Verse 39, and I will for this afflict the seed of David, but not forever. You see that? God said, I'm going to put y'all through something, but it's not going to be forever. You are going to feel the wrath. You're going to feel my pain. You're going to have to drink from that cup, but it's not going to be forever. It won't last forever. So black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native American man, Native American woman, you better understand under the sound of my voice, this is not the end for us. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This is not the end for us. Verse 40. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt unto Shishak, king of Egypt, and was in Egypt until the death of Solomon. And the rest of the acts of Solomon, and all that he did and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of Acts of Solomon? And the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years, and Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David his father, and Rehoboam his son reigned in the stead. Rulership, power, rulership, conquer, rulership, dominion, us, our people, the black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. But when it comes to world dominance, it will be us. And we got to make sure we give all praise, honor, glory, respect, reverence to the God of Israel and our King, the King of Kings, the Lord of all lords. Yahweh Shai will be ruling, and we will rule under him. The greatest thing to ever be told to our people. That's the good news. That's the great news. That's the news that we are supposed to be telling all of our people. And as y'all see, these pastors, they won't do it. They won't do it. And that's why the Father said he is going to wipe the dung down their faces. All of you pastors out there that's lying to our people and you will not bring out this word, may the Father destroy each and every last one of you. May his prophecy be fulfilled in the book of Malachi. May you all die and burn, each and every last one of you, for the degradation of our people, for the murder of our people, for the trillions of our people that have died under your lack of responsibility, under your lying doctrines. May you all die and burn, every last one of you. Die.